Hello guys, so your girl is back with another video. Another video. So, this video is going to be about me being a survivor of domestic violence. You guys might be like, what? Domestic violence? Yes. Your girl went through a domestic violence. An abusive relationship. Physically, mentally, and emotionally. So, I was in a relationship with my kid's father, and that was a time in my life where I did not know myself. I jumped off the porch by myself at 18, thinking that I knew everything, and I became pregnant with my daughter, my oldest, and that was just a rough patch for me. I didn't know what I wanted, what Kiana needed, what Kiana loved, and what she didn't love, what she was gonna tolerate. So I tolerated anything. I first knew what I was in for when I never forget. I think I was like 7 months pregnant, I think, and I got choked out. All because there was a text in my phone from a friend. I don't even think it was said anything, but it was a text from a dude, and he lost it. So I just remember him getting on top of me and like choking me. And in my mind, I don't know what I was thinking at that time, but I don't know when I think back. Like, why did I allow you to have your hands around my throat to where I couldn't breathe? Pregnant at that. So I went through with that. That was toxic from right there. I should have known the signs. Like, I'll never forget seeing that meme where the dude will get mad at you and put the milk outside. Like, that was me before the meme came out. Like, he literally had my milk at the front door with me on the front porch too. But I tried to leave, and it was then, don't leave, and I'm sorry, and I got a kind heart for people, so I feel like they didn't mean to do it if they say. I received my first black eye from him, pregnant, with my son. He was taking me to work, and I forget, like, it was just bad energy. Now that I know what energy is, me yelling at him, you don't want to get out of your mom's house, and we're not doing nothing, you're not doing nothing. And my daughter was in the back seat, and I remember him just saying something. I don't know who swung first. Oh, I think he went and reached over to the passenger, and I think he pulled my wig off. And like, from that moment, like, I went to swinging. Like, I forgot where I was, the fact that we were driving, and I went to wailing on his ass. And then he hit me one good time, and I was like, why does my eye hurt? Like, did he scratch me or something? But I remember when we pulled over, and I was like right across the street from my job. I was working at Sam's at the time, and I got out, and I went to like pull the visor thing down to look in the mirror, and I just looked at myself like, you really got a black eye right now. And I never had a black eye. So I couldn't go to work because, number one, I'm pregnant, okay? And here I got this black eye. Like, I will never forget being sheltered. I was sheltered. Nobody knew I had a black eye in the house. And mind you, I'm in the house with a whole bunch of people. And he had me sheltered in the room, trying to console me, like, oh, I'm so sorry. And he had got his mom's makeup to put it on my eye, and I had like ice packs, and nobody knew that I had a black eye. I even had to go back to work, and I would have to put makeup on. Like, to think back, like, that was the most dumbest ever. Like, what the yo. And then there was another incident. where my mom knew, that I was, getting beat up and stuff like that. I was fighting back. Don't get me wrong. Like, you put your hands on me, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Like, um, it was a time when my mom had put it on, Facebook on blast that I was getting my behind whooped and da 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 while she went back, and he seen it. And I will never forget, he came in the room and he just like picked me up by my neck and just slammed me and was like choking me, like, why would you tell her our business, blah blah blah. And I couldn't breathe. And his brother and his sister was in the next room and they heard everything going on, and then they, trying to break him up and get him off of me. And I was shocked. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, 'cause I didn't see it yet. So then I remember his mom got involved, and his mom was like, what did you do? What the fuck you mean, what did I do? I didn't do anything. And then you're trying to over here justify that your fact that your son put his hands on me? So, after some soul searching and praying God that I did not want to go through the situation, because we would fight in front of the kids too. I was really angry at that time. Like, and to be called out my name and, going through what I went through, I did not want my daughter to see that. I didn't want none of my kids to experience that. And then I remember I was sleeping on the bed one day, and because we slept in the dining room on a blow-up mattress at his mom's house. And I had Milani in my arms, and I remember him walking past me. Nobody was in the house. But I remember him walking past me, and he just looked at me. He came back with a cup of water, and he threw it on me. And I don't care, you wet me, but you wet my daughter. Like, you didn't care that she was there. And I got up and I wailed on his ASS. Do you hear me? Like, I was that angry, and being around him made me that angry. And we would blow for blow. That's just how it was. And the fact that I had to go through that showed me that when I was growing up, I grew up around domestic violence. So I thought that was okay. Like, shit, we together and we going through whatever. Like, it's fine to put your hands on each other, but that is definitely a no-no. I'm trying to remember, there was another incident. I just knew that we put our hands on each other, and that right there showed me we didn't love each other. We just dealt with each other because we had kids, and I didn't know where I was gonna go. I didn't know where my life was gonna be, and that's at this time I didn't have God in my life. But I know I kept praying for like strength every night before I went to sleep. I said I didn't know how to pray, and I would just pray like, Lord, just give me the strength to get through another day. Because here I am in a situation that I felt like I couldn't get out of, and I'm going through what I'm going through. I was devastated. Like, what the, why am I going through this? And everyone was, oh, you need to leave him, and da 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 da. And I was being stupid. I was staying because I don't know why I stayed. I'm trying to think. There was one incident too that was just horrifying that I had to go through, like the abuse. Oh, okay. So I remember when I had left him. I forget what it was. Oh, okay. That's how it all tied in. Okay, so I remember I had just bought my $4,000 Lincoln LS 04. I will never forget. Cash. Income tax came in, and I was like, I already know the car I'm gonna get. I'm gonna go get it. I didn't have the car for more than a week or two, and he got upset about something, and he threw my old car radio into my windshield while I was inside the car. I saw red. I was gonna kill him. I don't want to say that, but that's what I was gonna do. And I seen my daughter come out of the front door. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead. And I called the cops on him. I let him handle it. But I took that time for me to leave. I packed up all my stuff. And by the time he got out, we were gone. I called my dad, and we got the U-Haul, had all my stuff in the car, and I drove my car from Kissimmee, Florida, all the way to Tampa, Florida, with a broken windshield. And he did that. I don't know if it was jealousy. I don't know, but that I'm trying to tell you, just that abuse that I had to go through. And mind you, I did it for our family, and I will never understand the reason why. But I went back to him. I went back to him, and when I got back, like, I knew right there, like, I messed up. That's the first time, like, I accepted my ASS getting beat, and I didn't fight back. He was like, "Why did you leave?" Like, I would just remember laying there, just like getting punched and slapped and pushed, and oh my God, even to think about it. But he left after that to go hang with his homeboys. So I got beat up for leaving, and I stayed. I don't know what it was that was a turning point for me to say, hey, I'm not gonna put my hands on you, so don't put your hands on me no more. Like, it got to a point in our situation that because it wasn't a relationship, it was a situation that, I'm saying, I'm not gonna put my hands on you, so don't put your hands on me. But the verbal abuse, the emotional abuse was horrible. So we stopped that, and the last relationship that I was in, I had gotten, over my kid's father, and I thought that, because he never put his hands on me, the guy that I was with after him, he never put his hands on me. I'm like, wait, so you don't have to put your hands on somebody that you love. And I always thought that was it, but he showed me no. And even my fiance that I'm with right now, he's never showed no towards of anger towards me or tried to put his hands on me. So the fact that I thought that was okay and he thought that was okay, I thought it was okay. And like I said, growing up, I witnessed a lot of domestic violence. So that was my turning point in my life. And to say that I am a survivor is a big thing, because that was a rough time in my life. I dealt with that for 4 years that I didn't have to, around my kids, and they had to witness that. But I grew as a person because I was angry, and I'm not angry anymore. So there's no reason for me to put my hands on you, So if I have to put my hands on you, then we don't need to be together. That was always my motto after I got, when I was done with him. But I survived it. I hate that I had to, in order to be the person I am today, but it was a reason for everything. So when I hear, people going through domestic violence, and I see it, like, I have to be the one to show, like, that's not it. You should not have to go through that. I'll never forget a night that we stayed in our car in front of the hotel that we always stayed at. And I was waking up by some screaming and, like, banging. And mind you, we were kind of like across the street. And then it was the parking lot, and then the parking lot closer to the hotel. And I heard this banging, screaming, and this girl was getting beat by her boyfriend. And I heard it, like, this screaming, and you can hear and I hear this from my car, and they're on the 3rd floor. The screaming, the breaking stuff, and God was like, I need you to go out there and talk to her. And I'm like, yo, God, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, what? And I just remember seeing her face all beat up, and she was distressed. Like, she told me she was pregnant or something like that. And that's the first time that he ever acted like that. I'm like, yo, if he does that now, he's still going to continue to do it. And that was just the message that I had to tell her, to make sure she was okay, gave her my number and everything. But that's real. Being in a domestic relationship, that is real. So if I can be the voice for every woman out there, so be it. And we gather the team together because this is real. to find enough strength to say I don't want to deal with this anymore. It takes a lot of self-love to know that you don't need to go through that. So this is my testimony. Your girl survived. I'm here. I'm doing good, you know. But that was on my heart to share with you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed my testimony. Because your girl is a survivor for domestic violence. Have a good one, guys.